Today on the channel, it's April Fool's Day, April 1st, 2026, and the G.I. Joe Hasbro team had a live stream, and the only thing they were fooling us with was Duke being a leader in G.I. Joe. Get out of here with that, but we're going to recap all the things we learned in the live stream event.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe reveal recap. And today, April Fool's Day, April 1st, 2026. And today, we had the Hasbro G.I. Joe team do a live stream over there on YouTube to announce some new figures, some pipeline reveals, announce some pre-orders, and all that kind of fun stuff in a fairly quick video here. They announced a lot of stuff we already knew. We will recap that. We'll dive into that here in this very video. And of course, YoJo June around the corner to celebrate my birthday month, as they do every year. Very nice of that team over there, Todd McFarlane. But June 1st, we'll start YoJo June, and we'll see some reveals. We'll see pre-orders. We'll see all kinds of stuff. Maybe even a San Diego Comic-Con announcement in June. Maybe more on that later in this video, too. But let's dive into it. Let's start it off. Let's start off with a little recap here. Talked about it last week in the toy news. Every Saturday we do the toy news. We recap all these toy lines, including G.I. Joe. But we did see Wild Bill, Techno Viper, and Grunt retro card back figures up for pre-order right now. Available everywhere, will be available everywhere here in the not so distant future. Now, Wild Bill, some controversy around him. He, of course, was with the Dragonfly, part of the HasLab. Some people upset. I'm not terribly upset. I'm fine with this one. Of course, you got the alternate hat and hair, so you can make them different on your shelf, which is nice. There is some tweaks. Personally, though, I would have liked to see maybe another year or 2 years put in between Wild Bill. If they were going to do Wild Bill right now, I would have liked to see Judge Wild Bill from the movie. Can we get that? It'd be like Judge Gary Busey, something like that. But I would have liked to see that version. Or there was that like 90s version where he had like the more bright colors. Maybe I would have liked to see something like that just in between this retro one. They're going to get to all these eventually. I would have just liked to see a little bit more time. It's not the end of the world, though, for me, but I know some people are worked up about that. And I would have liked to see something a little bit more different. But it is what it is. Not going to fight City Hall in that one. I'm here for a cowboy and a western shirt. You guys know that. Techno Viper, one of my least favorite Vipers. And man, I hope this is the last go around for this one. We've seen it in a lot of different alternate looks already. Got the bright purple, very iconic. There's no doubt about it. I had it as a little kid, but it's just not one of my favorite Vipers. Your mileage may vary on that as well. And then Grunt. It is Grunt. Obviously, he was a Target exclusive before. Your mileage may vary how hard it was to get Target, but this didn't seem like it was that hard to get. You could get him on eBay probably pretty cheap. He went to Ross. So it is Grunt. He is one of the original ones. He's going to fit in good with the Troopers that are on the store shelves right now in the retro card series. I get it. You got to have him out there. It's an easy repaint. It's an easy re-release, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. If you don't need that, you're fine with your old one. You can pass on this one. So your mileage may vary on these retro cards, but it is a good way to get some heavy hitter characters back out in their more toyetic toy line from the 80s kind of looks to go along with your classified or sit on a separate shelf. Choose your own adventure, as we say. Now, the one we were pretty hot and heavy about last week, the Destro despoiler from the Iron Grenadiers. We did officially get that up for pre-order. It is a fan channel exclusive up on Pulse right now. $110 price point. Was hoping for $99. Didn't know if that was going to be possible. $110 seems, I guess, in this state of affairs we're in right now, seems okay. I'm glad it wasn't like $129, $139, obviously. But this one, extremely iconic for me. Long-time viewers of the channel. I've told the story numerous times. My childhood OG Destro. I lost him in a dangerous, have to go eat lunch inside, come back outside, and I had my whole sand pile, dirt pile in my backyard all caved in on me, and I never found that Destro figure. So I was out without Destro in my toy playing days for a couple of years until this Destro came along, and he went to the top of my fig fed with his despoiler. Absolutely love this one. He was more of a meaty, buffed up Destro in my child playing days, and then you add the gold instead of the silver, you were dealing with a whole new version of this guy. Had his chariot, much like Serpentor had his chariot. This was playing a ton of hits for me as a little kid, and you had another sub-team in the Python Patrols, Night Force, Tiger Force, the Joe team, Cobra Law, whatever. There was all these sub-teams, and it was cool to see Destro leading his own team. Can't wait to build out some more Iron Grenadiers, as we've had a few so far, but it sounds like more are coming. We're going to get to that in this video as well. The pre-order right now, $110. As far as things are, like I said, in this day and age, seems fairly reasonable. I can't wait to dive into that. Very nostalgic for me, so this is playing a lot of hits for me. Mileage may vary where you are at with your G.I. Joe fan base and collecting, of course. Now, another fan channel pack, 2-pack once again. Slaughter's team, of course, going back to that beautiful G.I. Joe movie once upon a time. Red Dog and Taurus. Oh, Taurus? 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 I like Taurus, but we'll call him Taurus just because it's funner to say. But Red Dog and Taurus are here. Everybody's favorite carnival strongman and I guess Samoan. Red Dog, I never thought of him as Samoan, but they talked about the little shark tooth there. Or was it a sperm whale, Todd? Is that what it was? Everybody loves a sperm whale, of course. But we did see those two must-haves once again. Put them up with Mercer and Sarge. And I guess you put Falcon in there too to kick around. Why wouldn't you? But looking very good. Fan channel exclusive. Up for pre-order right now once again. We also saw coming April 9th, so mark your calendars. It is the Ramprat, and it will be a Pulse exclusive. A very easy army builder. You put them with your Rattler. You got different looks you can do, so maybe you get a couple of these packs. I will buy 2 of these, obviously. I maybe will long game it if there's a Pulse sale around Christmas. If they're still in stock, they're still floating around. I would pick up a second set if they are fairly cheap or cheaper, maybe. But these guys are basically unknown, faceless background characters to put with your Rattler or put on your shelf. I like the world building aspect here. Obviously, I would rather see known characters we haven't had, but you can't just go hard and heavy all the time. You got to put some of these faceless, nameless characters every once in a while to extend the length of the toy line. And we know all about extending the length, Todd McFarlane. That's what you got to do. So this works. It's a Pulse exclusive, not for everybody, not for traditional retail. You can easily pass by this one if you don't need it. But if you got a Rattler set up, you got a flight deck, whatever, these would go perfect with that. They showed the Chameleon coming soon, of course. You can attach it to that, all the world building, using the vehicles together. Thought that was kind of a neat thing to do. Is what it is, not super exciting. And it's funny is, every year I do my top 10 best G.I. Joe figures of the year, and I do my top 10 worst. Really, it's hard to pick a worst Joe figure. Most of them are awesome. It really comes down to how you relate to the characters. Did you enjoy the characters? And to me, this Ramprats, there's nothing inherently wrong with them. Now, once again, I haven't had them at the table to review yet, but I would think this would be 2 characters that might be on my top 10 least favorite. I have no nostalgic memory. They're not heavy hitters. They're not super over-the-top, cool, crazy characters. Doesn't mean they're necessarily bad. It's just something that has to be in the bottom half of your worst of for every toy line. Even good stuff can be in there, and that's kind of where these will go. So it'll be interesting to see the rest of the year how it plays out, and I guess we'll stay tuned to that. But April 9th is the pre-order for that one. A big heavy hitter, Ninja Force. I guess they're dialing heavy into the Ninja Force. We got Zartan coming solo card. Now we got Shebang, TJ Bang, Shebang. It was always Shebang to me. Tujbang. I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't know why he has to have such a difficult name. I'm not exactly sure, but he was an absolute favorite of mine when I was a kid. I loved him, even with the goofy movements and stuff they had in that line. It was still a very fun figure, and he was a huge part of my Fig Fed. Him and Dojo were the big tag team. Those guys were always together, kind of like an Alpine and Bazooka type thing, at least in my Fig Fed. So I would have preferred to see Dojo in that 2-pack instead of Scarlet, but Scarlet gives some name power. It is a female, little yin and yang. And Ninja Force Scarlet, I guess, iconic in her own way. I did not own that one as a kid. I passed on that for whatever reason. Todd and I, we got the similar idea. We were always passing on the females. There's more to be said about this, Todd. No, I just never got Scarlet for whatever reason. But it makes sense, I guess. You get a heavy hitter in there with a very iconic character, but not a well-known character in Shebang. But I'm here for that. Might as well build out the Ninja Force team. We're already getting it with Zartan. Might as well keep it going. I'm here for it. This is a very toyetic-looking figure. I like him more than Scarlet. I can see people swapping that Scarlet head to different Scarlet figures, so there's some use out of that as well. So we'll see. That should be a fun one. 2-pack coming in the near future. But bring on Dojo. I want Dojo and I want the real hair. I don't know if they're going to go down the real hair, but I would be here for it. I would be here for it. Now, they did show some pipeline reveals and talked about a few things. Now, they showed Psych Out. Once again, I had Psych Out as a little kid. I think I had the Night Force version of Psych Out. And I think it seemed like they showed that card and it looked like the Night Force version. So maybe a Walmart exclusive is what we're looking at here. And then down the line, we'll get the traditional green colored one. I can imagine that. But it's great to have cannon fodder in your toys, I guess, because Psych Out was one of the first Joes that always got killed. Him and Sneak Peek were always murdered right away. So not a favorite Joe of mine, but you always got to have those guys that start off the battle in your childhood fig days. And I guess Psych Out is a little iconic, a little nostalgic for me, because that's what I remember him dying right away. But we're getting him coming to the line very soon. And then one, I have no remembrance of this character. She is an Iron Grenadier. It is Mistress Armada. Sure, why not? Once again, talked about it. We got the Destro and the Despoiler. We're going to keep building out this Iron Grenadier sub-team. Where's Vulture? Can we get him? Well, that's who I want. We'll see. Or do we? No, we didn't get him. I was going to say, we get Vulture already? I don't think we did. No. But I love that one as a little kid as well. But I have a feeling we're going to get a lot more of those guys as the year does go through. So we'll see. And then, very fitting for April Fool's Day. Very fitting, Todd McFarlane. Putting jokes out there for Duke. So maybe it was just a joke because they didn't show the card or anything, but they said they got a new Duke coming, and it's a gritty Duke. And I'm trying to think, what Duke could it be? And then they made a little bit of joke about the red, white, and blue Duke that went up for pre-order that I missed out on, but I'll find it, I'm sure. But they could have really played into that, him trying to be the true leader. We could have really played that up for April Fools, because we all know about Duke. We know about the Epstein files. We know about the races. We know about all this stuff with Duke. We've covered it extensively on the channel. And shame on all these other people with YouTube channels out there. I think I'm the only one spitting the real facts on Duke. Come on, guys. Do better. Do better. Maybe, maybe not. But we do have a Duke coming, and my gut immediately went to the, was it 91, 92-ish Duke, the Sergeant version of Duke. I can see that in the classified line, and I gotta be honest, I joke about Duke a lot around here. I liked that figure as a kid. I was a big fan of that one, so I wouldn't be opposed to seeing that in the classified series. The other one is the Battle Corps or whatever. They had the Battle Corps team. There was a Duke of that I never owned. That's a pretty deep cut Duke, which I wouldn't be shocked. We'll probably get all the Dukes eventually, but trying to think exactly what it could possibly be. So my gut says one of those two figures. We'll see what they do with Duke. If they care about sales, they'll probably just cancel that figure. And maybe it was a big, elaborate April Fool's joke. It could be. It could be. It is April Fool's after all. And then they hinted towards YoJo June, and they gave us a little tease, much like the Marvel team has always been known to do. They showed a little snake crown, and I'm not exactly sure where that goes. Obviously, we'll find out in June. Could it be something with like King Cobra Commander? Cobra Commander's had some of that stuff over the years. Personally, I would love to see that as an accessory for Globulus. Why not? They're going to take a little extra leeway with Globulus. You'll get some of the core elements to remember, but maybe some new stuff, some different stuff. I would love to see that for Globulus, and maybe they announce that in June as the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I'd be here for that. I'm all day. I need Globulus in my collection. One of my absolute favorites. Would love to see him with his big cocoon and all that fun stuff. So we'll see where that ends up going. But as far as the live stream went, that was where we commenced. That was the end of the show. April 1st edition here. A lot of stuff we already knew, a few new things here. So all intents purposes, not a lot of groundbreaking information on this one. I fully expect June to get a little bit more stuff. Wasn't it last year where they had some issues with June? Like we didn't get a whole lot of releases and announcements. Maybe that'll happen this year, but I'm hoping we get weekly announcements in June to celebrate my birthday and to secondarily support, of course, YoJo June for the month of June. We'll wait and see. We'll find out where that snake crown goes. We'll find out where the pre-orders go and all that kind of fun stuff. But what were you excited about in this YoJo June reveal? Anything you needed to have in your collection? Anything you couldn't miss out on? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and my other YouTube channel. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Don't forget to check out Patreon YouTube channel memberships for even more content. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available every single Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for a little YoJo April Fool's reveal, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play? And when the time